diary. This is my investigation. It's not a public inquiry.
Right, another episode of the Knowledges here, right? In this one I'm going to be talking about the Cain and the mark of Cain. Right, so the mark of Cain thing is an interesting thing. There's a lot of things come off it. And I noticed the idea of I noticed this because I was searching for nuclear power plants, and what came up was a thing called Comcur or Misa or something, but it's like Comcur, and it's like this incubator company. They do incubators, and it just came up in a search when I was searching nuclear power plants. And it here came up like this incubator company, and apparently what they're involved in is like regenerating flesh tissues in these incubators, right? Which is like pretty, you could read a lot into it, sort of thing. But if you look at the pictures and that, what you see is like these little incubator pods and that. See, and I mean, you could. It looks like, you could easily like take a baby out or whatever. You could take a baby out of them little pods and that. And the reason why the mark of Cain thing, or no, the curse of Cain. The curse of Cain is what I was talking about here. The curse of. And this is an interesting like little meme what you get. There's a curse of Cain in that, obviously in the Bible and that. And there's a thing that you get up, the curse of Cain is like a 7 with like 3 dots next to it, or 2 dots or something. And this is like apparently something to do with the curse of Cain, the mark of Cain. And it's like associated with like probably shills, like associating it with like dark-skinned races and that. You know what I mean? But if you look at like the example, the Masons do like the white and black. The duality thing and that isn't necessarily to do with skin colours and race colours and all this type of stuff, see what I mean? And especially when you have the parallel, you've got the parallel with Joseph and his amazing Technicolor dream coat, see? So you've got like this coat of many colours and that, and then you've got like the juxtaposition of the dark skin, see? And I'm unsure of exact words what it uses, like, but when you see the memes and that about it, it's like they do with dark skin. But this sort of thing, right? It ties in with like if you take like the idea that Cain is God, right? Which you can certainly make that out from a lot of the stuff, right? And the other idea is that like the God gave the amazing Technicolor dream coat to Joseph, right, as a reward and all this. And so you have this shining coat on the one hand on the Joseph, and you have this dark coat on the Cain, right? So it's like you're back to the black and white. You're back to the shining thing, right? The shining sort of thing, which is the shining ones, and the like Lucifer, which is the illuminated and all this type of stuff, right? And you've got the one who's got the dark coat on, the covered in darkness and that. So what this immediately brings to mind for me, like, is the moon and that. Or you've got the moon, it's like in different phases, what they call them phases, when it's like half coated black and stuff, and then 3/4 coated black and that. And then when you've got like, you've got it shining, and it comes different colours, you see. You've got like orange moons, red moons, sometimes when it's like, like a yellowish, so you've got like a colour change within the moon. And this brings me to the spacesuit idea, right? like the idea of the spacemen, the spacesuits, the walking on the moon and that by the police, you know, stinging that, and this it's like a tranny suit, it's like a T suit. See, it's the idea of having like a suit, like an external suit, which you put on. It's like fabric and that, an external fabric, and you put it over your own sort of natural suit or whatever, and then you're sort of walking on the alien sort of terrain or whatever. See what I mean? Hence the moon landing stuff, and I see it's based on the, you know, obviously we all knew it's like fake as and that the walking on the moon stuff and that. So it's like the idea of this external suit, and it's like the bright shining silvery fabric and that. See what I mean? So you're back to the moon stuff with the, you know, the silvery moon idea and that. And also if you look in the science fiction stuff, you've got the Cybermen, right? The Cybermen on Doctor Who and that, and these have like a silver suit. Like cyber is obviously like to do with Cybele and that, and the you know, the Gaudi priests, the Cybele. And if you look at the, you know, it's like the bizarre suits and that they wear, these Cybermen and that, right? Then you've got Simon, right? You've got Simon in the Bible and that, the Simon idea, which is like bizarre idea and that, you know what I mean? Because you've got the In-Betweeners program, with those three sort of kids or whatever, and they're called, you know, two of them are called Simon, you know, one's Simon Bird or something and that, and like I know some people talk about bird and that as if like these T-birds and that, the T-birds, and the Simon idea. There's another thing which is like an effeminate idea about this Simon thing, and that if you look in the popular culture stuff and that Simon, it's like always associated with like camp sort of effeminate people and that, you know what I mean? And like the Simon Cowell, for example, and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It seems to go hand in hand with it. It's like you know, obviously you get your Psy thing and your Cybele again, you see what I mean? And then you got this right, you got this moon idea of the moon goddess thing, right? To do with these tea people, they put on the external suits, right? And then you've got this like the curse of Cain thing, where he's got the dark suit or skin, depending which, like, you know, you get different sort of like interpretations of the Bible and stuff. Because you get like the dark suit or the dark skin, right? So coloured black and that, right? Which is obviously to do with like, you know, like tea drinkers and non-tea drinkers. See, I suppose tea drinkers would be the ones with the shining suits and that, and the non-tea people are like the ones covered in darkness and that type of idea. See what I mean? And the stuff like goes back and forward. It's like sometimes you know, it's like, for example, it's like it's not just like straightforward. It's not like, oh, the tea drinkers are Cain and the sacrificed Abel, who's the non-tea drinker. I mean, yes, it works like that sometimes, but other times they become Abel, and the Cain becomes like the natural person. See, so it's like always a back and forth duality thing in that, which I suppose is to do with like the phases of the moon and that, and the sun. You know what I mean? One, like at a certain point in the day the moon's out, the next point the sun's out. So it's like this duality back and forth all the time. See, sometimes they use the image, like the imagery like the beast. They're the beast and that. And other times it's the natural who's the beast. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like the duality back and forth all the time type idea. And so then you have the Cancer, right? Cancer, which is like, I was looking at that word and I thought straight away like Cain's curse. You know, like the Cancer, Cain's curse. And it's like the cur thing, and that the cur thing. And what I thought of the cur was like, you have the idea of the cur in the sort of like 16th century literature and that. The cur is like the brigand or something, a thief and a ruffian and all this type of idea. See, the cur. So you've got like the Jim Kerr from Simple Minds and that. And the Simple Minds thing is interesting because they had the McEwen's Lager, and had the McEwen's Lager advert, which was like these like zombies and that, pushing stones and that through like a subterranean tunnels network or something. It was like a famous advert thing in the 1980s, see what I mean? And obviously your McEwans, you're back to Cain and that, with a Q in and that. So like, you know what I mean? McEwans and that's like 100% Cain stuff and that. And the idea like the cur thing being the curse and that, right? And it's like canker sores, see, canker sores, which is in the Bible and that. One of the words in the Bible, canker sores. So obviously like the curse of Cain sort of thing, see. And cancer is like, if in this society and that, it's like a big deal, see, and it's a big thing in that. You know, a lot of people get sick in that. And you know, like cancer is like, you know, I mean, everybody knows someone who's got cancer or had cancer or died from cancer or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like a big thing. So I'm just thinking that this cancer could be like the curse of Cain idea, see? And you know, they use it for any type of illness. If you've got illness or malfunction in your body and that, you know, like cancer is going to cover the, you know, you've got cancer, you know what I mean? It's a big thing. It's a, you know, it's big business as well, I would guess, you know what I mean? So this would be like the curse of Cain idea and all that. And but the Cain thing, see, is very much associated with the seven, see. So we have the seven, the Zion seven mind weapon and that, like, and it's also very much associated with Cain and like Cain's father or something was Lamech or something, and he's like 777 times cursed or whatever, and all this crazy stuff and that, see. So you get this idea of the curse of Cain and that. The mark of Cain as well, which is like supposedly different or something. It's like it states in like the biblical scripture, the mark of Cain is separate to the curse of Cain or something, see. And it's weird stuff, like. But I mean, one of the things I looked at on it was the hero as a telemark, you know, like the hero as a telemark. You know, it's like so it's like the Cain becomes the hero and that. It's like crazy stuff and that, see. And they magnify through like a telescope magnifies, and a television magnifies, see, to make heroes out of those who are marked by the beast or something. It's like twisted stuff in that, you know. So if you're looking for it to make perfect sense in that, there's no chance it's going to make perfect sense in that. Because it's like I say, it's back and forth all the time. Like it's like a dualistic thing in that, you know. And sometimes they take the role of Cain or something, and sometimes they take the role of Abel in that. Because you get a lot of Abels in the. I was watching something on like some movie or something, and the credits thing was rolling down, and there was like a number of people called Abel in that. You know what I mean? And then by the same token, some of them called Cain and that. So, you know what I mean? It's like twisted stuff in that.